Hello everyone and welcome. So you would have just seen a little intro of the salon Perfectly Aesthetics, which is the salon that I have been visiting for a few years now for all of my cosmetic treatments. So in the video I will tell you what cosmetic treatments I've had, how much they cost, what the pain is like, my experience, and yeah, just touching on everything that I have had done. I'm always completely transparent with you guys. I have filmed videos in the past of me getting treatments done with Hayley at Perfectly Aesthetics, so this video is going to be no different to that, apart from it is different treatments that I hadn't actually had before. So where do I start? So first of all, Perfectly Aesthetics is a clinic based in Lee. I think that she also holds a clinic in Shoebury, I believe, and it's run by a really good friend of mine, Hayley. She is a fully qualified nurse. She works for the NHS as a GP nurse, and then she also has her aesthetics business as well, where she does all different types of treatments. She has trained and trained and trained. She's always refreshing her skills. She is just absolutely incredible, and I personally would not trust anyone else with anything to do with my face, any treatments, anything like that, other than Hayley. Honestly, she is just amazing at what she does. She really is. So I visited Hayley for a treatment I feel like I want to make this video because I also feel like this is probably something that maybe a lot of people suffer from, but don't necessarily speak about it because it isn't exactly the nicest thing. It is a little bit embarrassing. So I had been suffering from excessive, I can't even talk because my retainer, excessive, oh my god, excessive sweating, and this was basically just exactly what it is, excessive sweating. So I would sweat from my armpits, probably a lot more than a normal person. I would always have sweat patches. I'd be very conscious to wear tight clothing, coloured clothing, long sleeve clothing, because I would always get sweat patches, which I used to find very embarrassing. I know obviously sweat patches are completely normal and everybody gets them, and it is a natural thing and it can't be helped. However, mine were just excessive, it was a lot, and I just got to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm over this, I'm sick and tired. I'd been going to the doctors and I had different deodorants to try, and none of them really helped me that much. So I thought, right, the next thing I want to try is a treatment for hyperhidrosis, which is the condition of excessive sweating. That is the medical term, hyperhidrosis. So if you do suffer with excessive sweating, then it is probably known as hyperhidrosis if you were looking to get treatment for it. So the treatment that I went ahead and had done was Botox in the armpits, which treats excessive sweating, also known as hyperhidrosis. So I will insert clips of the process and everything about that and how it goes, and it's about an 80% improvement from what it was, and I'll talk about it all at the end. So this is the second time I actually had the treatment. I had it done back in February, and I also filmed that, and then I didn't get to have my top up because we went into lockdown. And when you have a Botox treatment, it's for the hyperhidrosis, you need to go in for a top up. I think it's up to 4 weeks later. You have your top up and then you're set for the next X amount of time. In my case, I feel like without my top up I did last probably until September, which is when I had the treatment done. Or did I have it done in October? God, I can't remember now. I think I don't know, I'm not sure, but anyway, it lasted me a good few months, and that was without the top up. So I'm really, really hopeful for how long this time it will last. So I'm going to take you along with what the treatment is, how the treatment went, and I will insert that here, and then I'll come back to you and speak about it. Okay, so I've just got to the clinic now, and we're going to, well, I've already obviously spoken about what is happening and why I'm here. So are we going to start, what are we going to start with?
Yeah, let's start with your armpits.
Yeah.
And we're going to address obviously your hyperhidrosis that you suffer with, which is your excess sweating.
Yeah.
And the reason we put Botox in the armpits is to basically block the signal between your nerves to your sweat glands. So when the Botox kicks in after 2 weeks, your nerves will not send signals to sweat to your armpits, and therefore you will have the reduction of your sweat marks, etc. that you suffer with.
Yeah, so if anyone else out there actually does suffer with sweating, there is treatments for it. Because I feel like it's not really spoken about, but...
No, it can be a really embarrassing condition.
Yeah.
And it's a really, really quick procedure. It's pretty painless, and it can last you up to like the whole full to 6 to 8 months. And yeah, Amy, you've had it before and you found it so effective. So we're doing another treatment today.
Yeah, so I had this back in March, but I couldn't have my top up because we went into like full lockdown. So it's been March.
Still been 7 months.
7 months, yeah, and it's still, even without a top up, it's not ever been as bad as it was. But yeah, we're just going to top it up today and then get rid of those sweaty patches.
Love it. Right, let's get it all ready.
Getting the hyperhidrosis treatment, and what it basically is 25 injections per armpit. Hayley, you would have seen Hayley marks it on, and she just marks on all your like little sweat glands, marks it out on like a grid, and then she just goes ahead and injects. So I would say the pain of this is, so there's 25 injections per armpit. It sounds very daunting, it's a lot of injections. I would say you feel maybe 10 of them, maybe not even that, maybe you feel 5 of them, the rest you don't feel. I think it must be either you've got really tough skin under your armpits or really thin skin where you literally just actually can't feel anything. I don't know, it's either one, but you don't actually feel it, so that's a plus. There were some that were a little bit uncomfortable, and some I literally didn't even feel she had done them. So yeah, you have 25 injections per armpit, and then that is it. So like I said, it wasn't that painful, it was quite pain-free. Maybe like you obviously felt a little one here and there, but that was it. But the price for this treatment is a little bit pricey, but again, if this is something that you suffer with, then I feel like you almost won't mind spending the money, because if it helps something that is going to boost your confidence and make you feel less self-conscious, then obviously it's a no-brainer. For me, it was a no-brainer. The treatment is £300. Now that is a lot of money, and I know that is a lot of money, but it is something that is so worth it in my eyes for me. It now means that I can wear long sleeves, I can wear like tight clothing, I can wear coloured clothing that I never used to be able to wear. I don't have to worry that I'm gonna be sweating, like, because my sweating was like, I'd sweat from working out, I would sweat from being hot, I'd sweat from being cold, I'd sweat from being nervous. Do you know what I mean? Like, I literally just would always sweat. The only time I think I wouldn't sweat is if I'm drunk and I'm like not consciously thinking about it, if you know what I mean. I think it is kind of like a conscious thing as well. But yeah, so that treatment was £300, and I think they say it lasts like up to, so this treatment for me lasts around 6 months to a little bit longer. Obviously the previous time I didn't have the top up, so hopefully this time it will last a lot longer, and then I'll have to go again for the treatment and my top. I also did get another treatment while I went to visit Perfectly Aesthetics this time round, as you guys probably know, yeah, so I did also get another treatment while I was there at Perfectly Aesthetics. I don't know if any of you could notice, but obviously, as always, I want to be completely 100% transparent with you. So if you didn't already know, I turned 26 this year. I know, what the hell, like, I'm getting on, and I had started to notice that I was getting a few static lines on my forehead. So I know that with getting anti-wrinkle treatment, you have to, it's normally used as like a preventer rather than a fixer. So they say obviously you don't want to start getting a treatment like this young, and you want to think about it quite a lot before you do go ahead with a treatment like this. But to start it younger, when the lines aren't as deep, aren't as permanent, and then it will obviously prevent you won't ever get those really deep set lines, because you would have started to prevent it from a younger age. And I thought, 26, you know, I'm closer to 30 than I am 20. Oh my god. Yeah, that feels horrific to say, but it's true. So yeah, I went ahead and I had anti-wrinkle treatment. Again, that was with Hayley at Perfectly Aesthetics. I got it all done on the same day. So yeah, I will insert my clips of me getting the anti-wrinkle treatment, and then I will chat a little bit after. So we're going to move on to facial like anti-wrinkle treatment now. So I'm going to get it, I've got like fine lines starting to appear on my forehead, and it's best to get it as a prevention, isn't it? So,
yeah. So we're doing Amy's anti-wrinkle treatment to her forehead and her frown today. The reason why Amy's getting this treatment is because of static lines. As we kind of hit 26 to 30, the aging process starts to occur, which means more static lines on the skin will develop. So Amy's not getting it, you know, for kind of like a cosmetic reason. She's getting it more of a preventative reason, especially with her makeup that she has to wear when she films, etc. She wants a more of a smoother appearance on her forehead, and often her makeup will sit in her little static lines that she's starting to get. So we're just going to pop a tiny little bit of anti-wrinkle Botox in the muscles. So you've got a big long muscle here in the forehead, and then you've got two little comma shaped muscles here. So we're going to pop some in, and then we'll give really nice natural results, still so Amy can move. No one is going to know that she's had this treatment done, obviously, unless people have watched the video, and she will just look much fresher, much more bright, and with her makeup it will be a really nice smooth complexion for her.
Because I also had so much movement, like that's so my lines when I raise, and then look at that.
You've got a really strong crown. So yeah, so if you raise up, we've got like a big long flat muscle here that causes the upward motion, and then frown. We've got two little muscles here that cause the pull in here. And what Amy will get eventually, if she doesn't start with toxin,
like an actual line,
is that she will start to develop a static line, a permanent line here. So our aim is to stop this from happening.
Yeah, and yeah, God, I even have, yeah, it's just a mess. Right, I'm gonna put you here. So with the anti-wrinkle treatment, I do just want to say that this was literally completely pain-free. I forgot to mention it because I feel like it only would have stuck in my mind to mention it if it was painful. But you really don't feel this treatment at all. There was no pain, I didn't flinch, like you can literally see it in my eyes. I'm like, it's completely numb, which is amazing, the fact that it is completely pain-free. So I just thought I would add that in and let you guys know. So I'm just back at Perfectly Aesthetics for my top up. I'm getting my Botox done. Well, I don't actually need that much Botox. Literally, it's just this eyebrow when I raise. I think I've drawn them on maybe more similar, but this one goes a lot higher. So we're just going to top up like that side, I think.
Yeah.
Is that what you do? My frown is like non-existent.
I look like a tea head. Yeah, I will top up this movement and then we're going to check your armpits as well.
Yeah, and then armpit top up.
Have a frown for me.
I can't. Do you know, it takes so much
that's good.
energy. I'm
I
like,
need to look at your before photos.
my before picture, oh my god. Did I send it to you? Oh look, oh my god. That's
Wow.
disgusting.
That is good. Oh my god, raise up now. Yes, you literally got to touch that bit. That's it. Love it.
I'll insert all my before. So I will actually attach some video footage here that I think I've got, or I'll be inserting images. And as you can see, I did have a lot of movement before. When I raised my eyebrows, I had like 3 or 4 lines that obviously were mainly only there when I raised my eyebrows, but when they were like just rested and I had like a relaxed face, I did have like 3 lines that I could see on my forehead, and my makeup had started to sit in them and they just really started to bother me. And obviously my frown, oh my god, my frown was ridiculous. When I look back at that now, I think, oh my god, as if I was that wrinkly, like what the hell. But yeah, so I obviously wanted to have this treatment done. I know it's obviously personal preference and you guys might not think that I needed it. I just wanted to get it done. So yeah, I will insert the clips of my movement and I will show you the days as it goes along. I'll put the text on because I did take some pictures immediately after the treatment, a couple days on and a couple days on, and I think I did even maybe film some bits, so if I did then there will be some video clips of me raising and frowning. So it has now been about, it's the 28th of October today, so it has now been 2 weeks since I had my top up, which means it's been 8 weeks, 6 or 8 weeks in total since I had the initial treatment. I can say that my armpits, I am not sweating at all anymore. I know it's only meant to be an 80% thing, but I'm not sweating. It's weird because if you do get this treatment, you might find out that you still get the sensation that you're sweating, but then when you go like that, you're not. It's the most bizarre thing ever. But yeah, it's so weird, so just bear that in mind. If you do get the treatment, you might be thinking, oh my god, I'm sweating so much still, but if you actually wipe your armpit, you're not sweating. There is no moisture there, and it wasn't ever like it was like a smelly sweat. It was just literally like excessive water, just unnecessary water coming out my armpits. And yeah, so the armpits, fabulous. And then my forehead has now, it's all like settled. So initially when I had the treatment, it took a few days to kick in. Once it kicked in, I really didn't have a lot of movement at all. Like me to try and frown, it took so much energy to try and frown, it was literally impossible. And then as the days have gone on, I've got a little bit more movement, and now I am 6 or 8 weeks, I can't remember, post treatment and top up, and I have got a little bit of movement. So I don't know if you can see, but I have the tiniest bit of movement in my forehead, and I do have movement in my frown as well, which is, I think, sorry, I was just checking in the mirror like. But I think it's just the right amount of movement. I wouldn't want to be any more frozen than this. Initially I did think I wanted to be, only because where I'd had it, when you first have it done, you're completely frozen, and then obviously when it wore off, I started to panic and I was like, oh my god, like what's going on, like I'm starting to get movement. But that's completely normal, that's how it works. And obviously I want it to look as natural as possible. I don't want to be a frozen doll and look ridiculous. And no one has said anything to me. I don't think many people have even noticed that I have had this treatment. I do think it looks completely natural, and I don't think that I do look like crazy stupid. I feel like when you say to someone that you're going to get an anti-wrinkle treatment, people are always straight to think, oh my god, you're going to be like, you can't move, but really you actually can move, and it doesn't look anything like how it's made out to look in that, like, what is the word that I'm looking for? What is that word beginning with S? oh, not like a myth that goes with it. What is that word? Stigma. The stigma that goes with an anti-wrinkle treatment. So the price for the anti-wrinkle treatment is £210, and I only got 2 areas. So I got obviously my frown and then my forehead, and I think then if you get 3 areas, that's your crow's feet, which is here, which I didn't get done. So it was £210. The anti-wrinkle treatment lasts up to 12 weeks, and that is when you'll then need to go back for your to have the treatment again, and then obviously that will include another top up to last you for the next 12 weeks. But yeah, so I put on my Instagram as well if there were any questions that you had for me regarding the treatments that I have had done in the past, or that I had done as well, because I did put a little video on my Instagram story of me getting the treatment done. So I'm just going to go on to there and check out what you guys had asked me. Someone had asked how much is it and does it hurt. This was for the hyperhidrosis treatment, so it's £300, and like I said before, it doesn't hurt. A couple of them are uncomfortable. Yeah, like most of them you don't feel, but some are quite uncomfortable, but the majority you literally don't feel a thing. So yeah. Is it bad for you to stop yourself sweating? No, it isn't bad. This treatment actually doesn't have any side effects. I know it sounds like it would, but it doesn't have any side effects. It doesn't make you suddenly sweat more in other places. It just kind of stops the signal saying from your brain to say sweat basically to your armpits. So it's not like it blocks it and it's stopping yourself sweating. It's just blocking that signal. Someone said Botox in your forehead. I'm thinking, are they asking me if I've had Botox in my forehead, in which case yes I have. I've just spoken about that and just showing you. Do you have any cheek filler, etc., or treatments on your face besides lips? You look fab. So no, I don't have any cheek filler. I basically have had my lips, my Botox, and I have had, last year in April, I had my smile lines done, which I do think I want to get done again. My makeup really sets in my smile lines. I get really deep insets of that. And when I did have my smile lines done back in last April 2019, and I do find that that was only going to last a little while, but literally it lasted forever on me. But recently I have felt that I can start to see the really deep lines again, so I am half debating whether to have that treatment done again. And then when I got my smile lines done, there was literally the smallest bit left of filler left in the tube, and Hayley was like, do you want me to throw it away? And I was just like, oh god, I've just paid for that. But I didn't know where to put it, because I was like, I don't want it in my lips because my lips are fine. I don't need any more inside in my smile lines because I don't want to have weird puffy lines. And then I thought, I actually have, can you see that? You can see I had that indent on my chin. It's really odd. You can't really see it unless I'm pulling a certain face or maybe talking in a certain way. But anyway, I had that extra bit of filler put in my chin, and that was back in April 2019, so it's completely gone now. As you can see, I've got the indent back, and I probably wouldn't get that again. I probably wouldn't do that. I would just get the smile lines. But yeah, that is everything that I've had done. My lips I haven't had touched since April. No, did I have them done in April? Yeah, I did. April 2019 I had my lips done, and they have held so well. I literally don't think I need them done till at least maybe April next year, and that would have been 2 years, which is just madness. But yeah, so they are the treatments that I have had done in the past. Does it hurt? Are there side effects? Is this treatment okay for sensitive skin? So I know that this person is referring to the hyperhidrosis treatment, because that is obviously the one that I put on my story. Like I said before, it doesn't hurt too much, but some injections are in more tender places and they do hurt. In terms of, is it okay for sensitive skin? I believe it would be, because it's not like a treatment that's going onto the skin to irritate it. It will be going inside. Obviously I'm not a doctor, medical expert or anything like that. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but just from a logical kind of point of view, I feel like it would be fine. However, I will leave Hayley's details down below and you can contact her for any other questions, and she'll know exactly how to answer them because she's so clued up on everything. What other treatments do you get? Any filler, Botox? Really tempted to get 1 mil in my lips. Like I said, yeah, so all the treatments that I just said are the ones that I have had. But yeah, I really, if you are looking to get 1 mil in your lips, I would recommend Hayley. Like, if you're in Essex, or even if you're not in Essex, I genuinely feel like I would travel for her. She was originally working in London, and I used to drive up to London to see her. So like, she is the bee's knees, I am just saying. But yeah, that is the end of the video. I really hope that you found this enjoyable, you found this helpful. I answered some questions. Maybe this is something that really, like, maybe this is something that you suffer with, that you're concerned about or you're embarrassed of, and you've been looking for treatments or someone to relate to. So hello, I'm glad I can be that person for you. Excessive sweating, it is an issue, but we can, you know, we can make it work. We can make it work. We can learn to live with it, or we can treat it with different treatments. But yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different from me, but yeah, I always want to be transparent with you guys of any treatments that I get done, so I will always share them with you. And if I can guide someone to go to someone who is recommended and trusted and qualified, and well, she's like even overqualified, like she's a nurse, she knows exactly what to do if anything was to ever go wrong, rather than someone cheap. And do you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather put out there someone who I know is good than someone be looking for a treatment and go to somewhere just because they were the cheapest that they could find. But yeah, so obviously I'm not promoting to go and get anti-wrinkle treatment or to get lip filler or to, you know, do this or that, but at least I can recommend, if someone is adamant that they want to go and get that done, then at least I can give a trusted recommendation to you guys. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Follow me over my Instagram. I'm 1,000 followers now, away from 10k, which is madness, and I will be doing a huge giveaway. I think there's going to be like 3 prizes once I hit 10,000, so make sure you are following me over there to be in for a chance of winning. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, stay safe, and I'll see you very soon for another video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much. Bye.